Right, off we go then. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Colour Cave and to the final 12th day of Cavemas. I feel a bit over festive with my Santa glasses on, I have to say, but do you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna go with it. Well, what a year! What a Cavemas, first of all. Yeah, it's all just been a bit bonkers, hasn't it? I, as always, did not really enjoy the filming process, like all the prep work, and I like to have a good moan about it, and I'm the first person to admit that, but actually experiencing it with you guys in real time without the pressure of having to do it is very, very enjoyable indeed, and I have had a fabulous time, all things considered. So today, really, for me, I'm a person that really likes the new year. I find it a time for reflection and really just to take stock and be thankful for what the year previous has brought and look forward and plan what the next year is going to look like. And today is no exception, obviously. First of all, I would like to say a happy new year to all of you. Today is a public holiday in Scotland, and it's basically just an excuse so we can keep drinking, because tomorrow, the 2nd, is also a public holiday, so that's the day that you have your hangover. New Year's a bit of a bigger thing in Scotland than Christmas, to be honest. So really is, it's time for me to wind down now. This is when I go on holiday, so after this video today there'll be no videos in the cave at all for 2 full weeks. The shop will still be open, you can still put your orders in, but there will be no filming being done because I need a rest, and it's the only time of year I take time off. I'm off from a proper job as well, and it's just time for me to recharge the batteries and, as I say, really just take stock of everything that's going on and what I want to achieve in this coming year. So just to have a look back at the last year for the cave, it's been a pretty good year actually, all things taken into account. Things are quite unique here in the UK. I know everyone's screwed just now, and I don't want to go on about that. Obviously the war in Ukraine has been absolutely terrible, and the knock-on effect on the world because of it. We have been doubly screwed here in the UK because all the Brexit stuff has kind of started to affect us in, like down at ground level now. And our economy is pretty precarious amongst other things, so we're not in a good spot just now. And I'm just really glad that we have, when I say we, I mean the cave and you guys, the cavers. I'm glad we've been able to survive that, and we're still here because for a little while there I thought we might not. So, just thinking back about the year, I wanted to throw a couple of figures at you. I know some of you might be number monsters like me, because I love numbers. As far as the channel goes, the actual YouTube channel, this year we have gained over 1,300 subscribers, which when I work it back in my head, I'm sure we had more than that at the start of the year, but apparently not. And over the course of the year, you guys have given the channel over 15,000 likes, and you've also watched over 1.9 million minutes of videos of me rambling. It's absolutely ridiculous. So there you go. I thought that was really interesting indeed. The thing with YouTube now is, and it's become more apparent over this last year, YouTube is not the money-making platform that it used to be. I think its popularity as the main media go-to, I think that dynamic has changed quite a lot, especially with the introduction of short form content such as YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok as well being the big one. I have noticed that YouTube videos the viewership has dropped, not the subscribers, but the actual number of views and the length of time that people are viewing has gone down considerably, and I do think that this short form content trend has got a lot to do with it. So in this next coming year for the YouTube channel, we are going to be making some changes because because we've got to keep up with the times, and I still want to be able to do this, and whether I like it or not, the cave now contributes to my livelihood, so I have to do everything I can to make sure it stays that way. So I will be starting to do shorts in the new year. This will not affect the normal video schedule. You will still have a Thursday video and a Sunday video every single week, but I'll be chucking out a couple of shorts in there as well. The other thing that I'm going to be looking at, I don't know, I don't have a time scale for it, is I'm going to introduce membership for the channel. It is not going to be ridiculously priced tiers. I'm talking like a couple of pounds for a few little extras, and it's to try and stabilise an income for myself. It doesn't matter how big or small it is, it's just the fact that it will be a regular figure. I don't have the time to do something like Patreon, but I thought a very, very inexpensive base level membership, if any of you wanted to take that up as a way to support the channel, that would be really nice. And if no one takes it up, then it's not the end of the world, but at least I can say I've tried that avenue. So that's definitely going to be happening at some point this year. The other thing that I want to do more of in this coming year for the channel is live streams. I feel it's been quite sporadic, and the situation with technology is never going to be helpful simply because I'm in a rural area, and I'm never really going to be able to get away from that. But I think we should carve out a few more regular live streams. So that's a discussion again I will have with you cavers over the course of maybe like the next 2 months, and we'll see if we can maybe get settled into a little pattern, even if it's only once every 6 weeks or something like that. I think that's something I have really enjoyed it, although it was quite I was quite nervous to begin with, and I usually am at the start of a live stream, but also it's quite exhausting because your energy levels are up here for like maybe 2 or 3 hours, but I enjoy it because I've got that connection with you all, and it's nice to speak to you in chat and that, that kind of thing, and I enjoy that connection and the community part of it. So that's something that I would like to do a little bit more regularly this coming year. The last thing that I wanted to mention and talk to you about just briefly was what's going to happen when we get to 10,000 subscribers. I would like to think it's going to happen fairly soon. We're kind of on the way. And I have already cleared out the cave. I have gone through every single art supply that I own, and I have been brutally ruthless in what I'm deciding to keep and what I'm deciding not to keep. So when we hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to have the 10k cave clear out, and that is going to be a mixture of me selling off some of my own art supplies in the stash shop and also giving things away. So we're going to have quite a big giveaway. When that happens, I don't know, that just depends when we get there with subscribers, but again, I like to think that would happen this year at some point, so that would be something really nice for all of us to look forward to as well. It'll give me a bit of breathing space as well. That brings me quite nicely onto the things about the shop, because one of the problems I'm having is I'm running out of space, which is what prompted the clear out in the first place. In fact, you can see the box there, that is full of art supplies that need to go. Part of the reason I'm running out of room is because I'm stocking more items in the shop. When we started this year, I had about 45 items in the shop, and that is now up over 85 and was up at 90 odds at one point this year. So yeah, there's that. The stash shop has also survived this economic downturn, and that is all thanks to every one of you guys out there. So thank you for supporting me, and thank you for taking my little business seriously, because you have contributed colossally to my life now. It's not just a little, side gig doing a bit of YouTube. You're actually contributing to my income. I really appreciate all of your support. It's quite phenomenal actually, so thank you to all of you that have been customers over the course of the year at the stash shop. I'm gonna have to take these glasses off because they make my nose really sore here. I'll put them up on top of my head. There we go, how's that? That good? Yeah. So the best selling item in the shop this year has been the Mecha Augie stickers. So Moggy, Froggy and Doggy. That's been quite interesting, and the stickers have been really popular, full stop, and it's something I can never quite fathom because I'm really not a sticker person. But if you all want stickers, I will continue to make stickers. So that this year I'm going to make a new set of mecha animals, so maybe like gold colours. So that's something that's going to be going on for the stash shop. I have a few other product lines that I want to pursue as well, but they're going to be a bit of a slow burn and going to take a little bit longer to come to fruition. We've got some favourites now as well. The best selling item that wasn't a sticker is the Sea White paintbrushes. They seem to be really popular, they're really affordable, and I can now tell you the lifespan of one of those paintbrushes, if you look after it properly, is about 3.5 years, because I have my original one that I bought to test out before I decided to get them in the shop, and it's coming up on 3 years old and it's starting to look a bit tired now. So they're absolutely worth the money. I would recommend them all day long. If you like a synthetic paintbrush like me, they're great, and we've got them in a really good range of sizes now as well. So I'm hoping that that continues to be a popular product, because I like to be able to sell things that excite me and that I would use personally, and stuff that I can really get behind. So I'm really glad that was actually the best selling art supply. The humble little Sea White paintbrush, that actually made me really happy, weirdly, and I don't know why. Oh god. So yeah, obviously we'll be finishing off the Polychromos pencils range. I think by the time you see this part of the video, we should have quite a lot of the full range in stock, but not the full range. I'm planning on expanding on that in the next couple of months, so that's going to be fairly soon. But in the more immediate term for the stash shop, I want to shift the focus back to really digging out some good quality used art supplies. That's kind of fallen by the wayside the last 6 months or so, but it's because I was focused so heavily on trying to get a wholesale supplier to ship to the UK with for the Polychromos pencils. So you will begin to see that sort of Aladdin's cave part of the stash shop coming back over the next few months, and there will be odd items at really cheap prices, and there might only be one of them. It's much more fun though to go and have a rake about and try and get a bargain, especially if you know the stuff's going to be good quality and I'm not going to be selling trash. You guys know I don't do that. So you can look forward to a bit more of that type of thing back in the stash shop in the more immediate future, which I'm looking forward to as well, because I enjoy going hunting for these things. Like, it's good fun. So in terms of the last year personally, things for me didn't go how I planned or expected them to at all. But weirdly, I've finished the year up in a positive place, and I actually pondered whether or not to tell you guys this, especially after doing a bit of like the vlog side of things. I have to say I found the vlog stuff quite intrusive. Much as I'm outgoing and, I'll talk to you guys about stuff that goes on in the cave and the farm, I'm actually a very private person, and I found the vlogging part quite intrusive because there's some things that I just don't want to share with everyone, and like we've all got parts of ourselves like that. And I did wonder whether to share this with you or not, but my initial plan this year, along the vein of like looking after myself better, which I talked about last year, in this video last year, one of the things that's just got worse and worse for me is my weight has crept up and up and up and up, and it's because I'm stationary all the time in this very room, and I'm still eating like I used to when I ran 50 miles a week, and I can't shake this habit at all. And I really wanted to drop a substantial amount of weight this year. I have not dropped any weight at all. I dropped about 14 or 15 pounds in October and then put it all back on again. But I have achieved something much, much mightier than that this year, and I'm actually okay with it. The weight will still have to come off, and that is going to be a target for this year going forward. But last year, I did something quite substantial. I've no idea why this upsets me. I really don't. It shouldn't upset me at all, because I'm really proud of myself. I have been a smoker for many, many years. I've been a smoker my entire adult life, and I've always hated myself for it and wished as a stupid teenager I'd never started. And it's something that's annoyed me about myself for years, because I'm smarter than that, and I know that smoking's bad for you, and that I was just doing it out of habit. And this year I stopped smoking, and I'm not going back. I'm in the place now. I've been stopped long enough that I know I'm never going to smoke another cigarette again. And the feeling of relief mentally that gives me is absolutely phenomenal. Like, it makes me feel so good about myself, because I actually really didn't like myself for a long time because of it. And I would say probably the last 8 or 9 years, I have been a complete and utter closet smoker. Unless we were in the pub, and in the UK you can't smoke in a bar, you have to stand outside, and it's been that way for years. Unless I was at a pub, I would not smoke in public, because I was ashamed of myself. I didn't like people knowing that I smoked, and I have kept it to myself as much as possible. But yes, so I finally did it this year. I finally did it. I am a lot richer, which is nice, because cigarettes are really expensive in the UK. And I just want to say to anybody out there that's watching, I was a psychologically addicted smoker as well as a physically addicted smoker. When I stopped smoking, withdrawal woke me up during the night, and that went on for 3.5 weeks. It was not nice, it was not pleasant, and that is what has prevented me from stopping when I've tried before. That's what's always gotten to me and made me go back and smoke again, and I broke past that. As someone who is in their 30s that has smoked their entire adult life, I have had a very long relationship with cigarettes. If I can stop cold turkey, you can too. And you will feel better. It takes a while, and the first few weeks are absolute hell. I am not going to lie, it was terrible. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life, but it is totally worth it, because I like myself a lot better now. So there you go, that's something that you probably didn't know about me. But yeah, so this year, I after like the second week of stopping smoking, every time I turned around, I was like, oh look, there's the fridge, let's eat something. I literally ate my addiction and ate my feelings. It was absolutely terrible. But I'm kind of over that hurdle now. I've just made it worse with like Christmas weight now. So basically, after tomorrow, we are on the straight and narrow, and we are going to become a much slimmer non-smoker. It's awful, honestly. You're like, oh, I'll just go for a cigarette, and they're like, oh, that's right, I don't smoke anymore. Oh look, there's a ham sandwich. You'll do. And off you go. It's awful. Anyway, one of the other great I digress. One of the other great things about this year just past is that I found a new medium that I am absolutely in love with, and that is the scratch board that we got in the upgrade in November. I have never taken to a medium and enjoyed it so much so quickly in my entire life. I feel like it was just made for me, and I was quite excited about it in the unboxing, and then all you guys were like, yeah, it's great and all the rest of it, but if you make a mistake, that's it, it's screwed. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'm not going to like this. And then we did the calf, and then we did Freya the llama, and it's absolutely wonderful. So this year, purely just on a personal level, I might sell some of them in the stash shop, but just for myself, because it's enjoyable, I am going to explore Scratchboard a lot more this year, and really, get some enjoyment out of it. So other than that, the other thing that I would like to do this year is to do a little bit more in the ink house. I've hardly touched it this year, and I just feel as if it's never been an appropriate time. I don't know why. But yeah, I would like to put a little bit more focus on that this year and push it on. Maybe not get it finished, but be through the bulk of the book by Cavemas. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, right, so that's kind of everything I wanted to talk about in terms of shop, channel, myself, and confess to you all that I used to be a dirty smoker. It really bothers me, honestly. Like, I feel like people judge me when I tell them that now. I'm like, I'm an ex-smoker. I feel like they're going, oh. So just to sort of round things off now, this Cavemas has been slightly different in that things have picked up pace, and obviously we've got Cavemas Bingo. I hope that something in this video has helped some of you win a prize, I really do, because obviously this is the last chance for new content for you to be able to cross things off. You have until the end of the day tomorrow to submit any more winning bingo cards to Thea for your prize. If there's any prizes left by this point, just bearing in mind I'm filming this a little bit in advance and I don't actually know. First of all, I would like to say a massive thank you to Thea for being my wing lady for the Cavemas bingo, and just generally being a very cool person, because I don't think I would have managed Cavemas this year if I hadn't had that help. And next year I am definitely going to get more help in to take the pressure off myself, because I have felt quite stressed out about it this year. As I say, it's worth it and I've enjoyed it, but that run up to, you know, the anticipation when it starts on the 21st was getting a little bit much this year. So thank you so much, Thea. You're an absolute star, and I can't believe how generous you've been with your time. It's been absolutely amazing. There's about a bajillion other people I need to thank as well, and I'm going to put a thank you end credit roll after this, just so I don't forget anybody. But I want to say special thanks to Artful and Scrollerbox as well. They're both UK based companies, and they have been super generous in terms of providing things for the cave. So thank you very much to Chris at Scrollerbox and Jamie at Artful. You guys have made Cavemas amazing for us, and I really appreciate your generosity, because I know that these companies are under the same pressure as me. I would also like to thank Julia K Art Studio, our lovely Swedish friend Julia, and also Natalie at Sketch and Story, and also Claire Eady at Colour with Claire. The three of them have been tremendously good sports in helping out with Cavemas as well in their own ways. I thoroughly enjoyed getting to know Natalie a bit better. She's an absolute sweetheart, come on. And as most of you know, Julia's quite a close friend of mine, and the fact that she took time out to send something over so that we could have a video is just what more could you ask for from a friend? She's just absolutely amazing. So Julia, thank you so much as well. Poos. And the lovely Claire Eady. I was determined to rope her into Cavemas somehow, and when she suggested a collaboration, I was like, and I knew at that point straight away that I was going to draw a bowl of macaroni, even if it was a wonky bowl of macaroni. So Claire, again, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate it. You really are the queen of colouring, and for you to come and do something with me here in the cave, it means so much to me, and please know that you're appreciated very much. I'd also like to say a thank you to our mods as well for our live streams. These ladies just turn up every time, and it's great, and I love it, and I feel as if I should be paying people to do that. So obviously Thea as well is one of those, but Green Hat and Laurie, thank you so much for your help this year. It takes so much pressure off and makes me so much less nervous knowing that I've got a handful of people that are there just to kind of help me juggle things in the live streams. So once again, please know that you're appreciated at like 100%. I can't say any more than that. To round off last year and to start our new year, I want to say thank you to all you cavers, to every single one of you watching. The things that I see over the space of a year on this channel never ever cease to amaze me. And the kind words, the generosity amongst yourselves to me and to other people is absolutely outstanding, and it greatly outweighs an odd troll here or there. I'm very lucky to have a community of people such as yourselves, and I hope we can go into this year, continue to enjoy what we're doing, and have a mutually beneficial relationship, in that I will keep trying to provide you with relevant and interesting content, and I will continue to work as hard as I've always worked, which you guys know I do. I'm up for it. I work hard for you, and to have your support means so much. To have your support in the stash shop as well as on the channel is great as well. The fact that you guys will come and sit and watch a video and stick a thumbs up on it and leave a comment on the video, that's all I could ever ask for from anybody. And we've established year after year that I never expected to be in this position, but I'm now at a point where I'm accepting it, and I'm like, well, if this is my role and this is what I'm doing and this is part of my livelihood now, then I'm going to be the best that I can be at it. And that is my intention for next year. We're going to make the cave bigger and better. I'm going to make the stash shop bigger and better. And I'm going to make my interactions with you guys bigger and better. The only thing that is not going to get bigger this year is my waistline. But sincerely, thank you all so much. You're an amazing bunch of people. You really are. And your generosity for Cavemas as well. Like, what can I say? It's crazy. The fact that we were sitting with over £100 before Cavemas even started, because you all were so excited that the Cavemas bingo thing became a thing. Like, that just warmed my cockles. I love it. So you're all appreciated so much, and you know that I'm here. If any of you need anything from me, please contact me, because you guys are, you're my cavers, and I love you all dearly. I really do. So on that note, I am going to go and share a drink with my family. I want to wish you all health and happiness for this coming year, and hopefully we can be warriors and we can get through this next year better than last year. So Merry Cavemas, Happy New Year, and as we say in Scotland, Lang me your lum reek. Cheers everyone.